Today is the Q&A for 300 subscribers. Thank you to each and every one of you. And I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. And the first question actually is my name. I never intended it to be a secret, but I also realized that I never sign off my videos. I never say what my name is, and I don't write it anywhere. But my real name is Heli and last name Tähtinen, but I also go onto internet by the name Haji because when we were learning Japanese, our teacher asked us to pick Japanese names for ourselves, and Haji, I think, was the gender-neutral name that I chose, and Ayase just sounded cool. I think that you could write it with a kanji for dragon, Ryu, but I'm not so sure anymore. But you can call me Heli, and that's my name, and I think it's pretty easy to pronounce and write, unlike my last name. So, my name is Heli. Nice to know you. I didn't realize that that was a question, but then I also realized that I never said it anywhere, so here we go. And second question is how I became a Lolita, and that I have answered already in a really old video, but I basically saw Lolita clothing in anime and I didn't know it was the thing, and then when I started reading Kera magazines when I was more into visual kei kind of clothing, I realized that it is a fashion, and from there on my Lolita journey started, but I first saw it in anime. And you asked me what's the hardest part of becoming a Lolita, and I made a whole video about it because it was such a wide topic. But for me personally, it was the fact that you're wearing skirts and heels, because I was very much a tomboy. I wore skirts like once or twice a year when I had to for parties. I never wore heels. So it was a very big change for me, and I also didn't like the femininity because I was very tomboy. But once I realized that I can wear skirts, then it was no problem. And what is my first Lolita coordinate? I tried to search. I have links to my very first coordinates, but the photos don't exist anymore, so the links don't help. But here are some of my very earliest. The first dress that I ever made is the tartan one, and that is actually where my channel name comes from. Attitude Lolita, because I started out with punk Lolita because I was very punk rock when I started. I made my blog Attitude Lolita, and when I made my YouTube channel I wanted to keep the name, and now it's weird, but I can't change it anymore. So, Attitude Lolita. Yay! Other than that, my other first coordinate was a completely white one, and I don't own any of those anymore except the shoes, because white isn't my color, as you may see, but I thought that I could try it out, and they were all second-hand bodyline items, so when I sold them away again I didn't lose all that much money, and it was a fun experiment, so I don't regret at all. Then you also asked me where I get my confidence to wear Lolita, and I'm gonna make a separate video about that, so that's coming. And next was where do I buy my materials, especially lace, from, and I'm gonna be boring and say from my local stores that don't have a web store, because I hate buying things online, especially fabrics, because I can't get to, feel it and see the garments in my head that I'm going to make out of it, and because then I have to pay for shipping and customs and tax, so it's just a lot easier to go to my local shops and buy whatever cool things they have. Next you asked me what is my real job besides YouTube, and I would like to point out that my channel is very small compared to big ones, so I don't make a cent from these videos. I do these for fun and to share whatever knowledge I have. So my one and only job is at a bookstore, and it is my absolute dream job. I love my coworkers, my customers, my bosses. I went to see a Japanese themed art exhibit with my boss, so I absolutely love working there, although it is retail, so the pay is not much. But even though I could be kind of like accountant or secretary or that kind of officey person, I could make a lot more money doing that, but I absolutely hate it, so I won't. I value my sanity more than money. So I work at a bookstore and I absolutely love it there. And that brings us to the next question, which was, what kind of videos would I make if I were to expand and do something non-Lolita related? And that would be videos about books. Because when I made my room tour, I quickly showed my bookcase and I got a lot of awesome recommendations. For example, Jim Butcher's Harry Dresden files. I bought the first one, or the third one, and I read it and it was fucking awesome, so I already bought the fourth one and I'm currently reading it. And I would love to make videos about books, but because I know that that is not why you're here, and they wouldn't get a lot of views and it would make me feel really awkward, so I probably won't, or maybe I'll do one or two every year, so very rarely. But I would love to make book-related videos because I'm a book nerd. And the next question was that, because some of you stalks me and knows that I'm a huge fan of Miss Lilith, and I also play games, that would I do Let's Play like she has done? And no, I won't, because the game I play are very non-Lolita appropriate, and I also don't think that I would have any kind of commentary to add to make it more fun, so you would just see my blank face, me staring into the screen being like for a really long time, and that is not fun, so I will not making Let's Plays, although I absolutely love watching them. And next is, what is my style outside of Lolita? And I actually made a lookbook quite recently and I got really positive comments on that, so I think I'm gonna make another one in spring and then one in summer. I thought that I would make like spring, fall, then summer, then winter, and that's it, but because you like them and they are fun to make, I thought that I could do another spring one. We'll see. And lastly, describe your life as a pastry. I absolutely love pastries, I love baking them, I love eating them, and I think that I would be a dark chocolate cake with a lot of chocolate, and in the between would be cherry, jam and whipped cream. And that would be me, because I love dark chocolate and cherry as a combination, and with whipped cream adds a kind of freshness to it. And that would be me. I would be a cake. I would definitely be a cake, not a cupcake or anything like that. I would be a cake, a big cake full of chocolate. And that's kind of it for this video. Next week I will have something a bit more information video for you. I am working on another quick tutorial, and if you have any other questions you would like me to answer in some time in the future, leave them down below. If you have any video requests, leave them down below, and I will see you again next Wednesday. Bye!